can it be? Showing up with Tony T, yes, Ramon SEO. To the double TV funnel and these bookies like 1, 2, 3. They tapping out and we cashing out. It's plain to see. The morning team is the A-team, Mr. T. And I pity the fools who can't hang. Coming with real game, it's sort of a freight train. It's been reported bank rolls are easy to maintain. So get situated and listen to the picks. And it goes a little something like this.
All right, and good morning. I ended the track almost smoothly. I just didn't put myself on the air. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the morning steam on Saturday, May 25th. Oh, I've been partying all night. Well, been watching tennis anyway tonight and just saw Peyton Stearns win her first career title, won a 250 in Monaco. It was really cool. Murder on the dance floor, disposing of Mayor Sheriff. 2-1 for Stearns, a 22-year-old from Cincinnati, Texas Longhorn, first title. That was really cool to watch. And also watching some hockey. Are you guys watching IHF action? Czech Republic and Sweden currently semifinal action and coming up, Switzerland and Canada. Of course, we've got playoff action tonight, NBA, NHL, and Major League Baseball. Soccer card today of Major League Soccer. I'll be all involved in that, certainly here on Tony'sPicks.com. And there's also certainly a final day of La Liga. Hello to everyone in the chat. Thanks for joining me. We'll have Major League Baseball as well. How'd it go yesterday for you with our major sports? How about the Dallas Mavericks? How about Luka Doncic? 2-0 lead for Dallas now. They beat Minnesota after trailing big. Luka hits the big shot. Minnesota, a team that, well, they did their own winning of 2 quick games, end up still advancing. Here's Dallas now. They'll be going home with that 2-0 lead with the victory against Minnesota. Pretty exciting night of sports playoff action. How about Florida and Rangers? We did have a premium pick winner with the Rangers last night. Rangers get the win 2-1, even up their series with Florida. Feels like at least we'll get some action there. Hope these basketball series don't end too soon. You know, the NBA, they don't just move it up. The NBA Finals doesn't start until June 6th, and we could have a week without any basketball here if this keeps up. Hopefully we get some wins here. We'll talk about tonight's game with Indiana and Boston, and of course Edmonton and Dallas. There's a 5-game WNBA card. I've already previewed it with Tony, but I'll maybe come up with a few more picks here. We got to get hot again. We're just missing on some of these, man. You know, it's interesting if you've been following the WNBA. Doesn't it seem like the WNBA this year, I don't want to say just this year, maybe in the past too, but so far this year, there isn't a lot of volatility. Yeah, there's been a upset here and there. Maybe some of the teams are not rated correctly by the public, but the WNBA, it feels like the games pretty much land right where they're supposed to. I see. Look at this one. Miami and Vancouver. There's already been some controversy today. You see Vancouver, a half a goal favorite in the total 3. Vancouver already announced to all their fans that Messi wouldn't be making the trip and that they're going to have a bunch of, discount because they sold 30,000 tickets. This is one of the problems sometimes, but you can't tell the other team who to play. So they're just going to bring out a bunch of food vendors and reduce the food prices all around. There's Osasuna leading via Real 1-0 in La Liga play. You see some of the other games there as well. There's UFL. I don't know if I'll get to that, but I see Battlehawks and Renegades back there today. I'm thinking about making this scoreboard bigger and maybe using it a little interactive. Hey, I want to say hello to everyone. Thanks for coming in. Get to some of your opening comments here today as we get ready. Also, there's tennis matches are just underway. All the finals are in. I'm on Danielle Collins. Nobody's going to stop me from that. So if you want to ride with me here while we're watching the match, it'll probably be on the whole time against Madison Keys. There will be an American winner, certainly in Strasbourg, but I took Danielle. Of course, I'm going to take Danielle. Really should have probably been north of $2 here today, but she was buck buck uh, buck 65, buck 75. She just held her serve in the first set, and I've got also over here Mahach and Rude just underway. And, I was watching Pateshi Pericard. Hey, look, this guy, he's got power and grace. I would think that this man can win here as a plus, 175 dog here against Echeverry at the man from Lyon can win. Let me say hello to everyone. Blake was here. Our Thomas is ready. And Thomas says like and subscribe. What is Thomas saying? Smack it, flip it, rub it down, or something like that. Old school, anybody? Justin here. Thank you to Justin helping me just put $100 in my pocket yesterday, right here on the air. Did cost me, pretty much a couple of not bankroll, but balances. But alerted me that I didn't get obviously the overlay that Justin did. But thanks for bearing with me for about 2 minutes while I put about 4 bets in to it wasn't betting on anybody. I basically arbitraged a game here on the air. Maybe call me what you want, naughty boy, but I don't know. It was a free $100. I mean, yeah, we want to win the thousands, but I'm not take a unit in my pocket. Thanks, Justin, for keeping me alerted to that. I didn't get the plus 165, but I was able to, obviously lay $1.25 and take back plus $1.35 with no risk involved. So thank you, Justin. He's a true professional, and did cost us a few minutes on the show, but Tom Terwicki is here. I want to say hello and welcome to Tom. I know we've spoke, I think, a couple times, but making a comment here today about the Royals. They're fun, and man, they just feel like. And again, the Royals, they're that type of small market in a way, right? I mean, look, every 10 years or so, here they come, and they end up, winning a title or something or getting close anyway. So does feel good. Public was all over the Royals yesterday. Luis is here. I want to say hello and welcome to Andrew Barnett joining us. Not sure I've had an opportunity to say hello to Andrew. Sounds like he's a regular viewer, listener, and gets a chance to check in today. M looks as well. Thank you for everything. We'll do it, our Tomps. We'll have probably not as many moves might come through today. I don't know. I wish I could get you some of this coverage, some of these moves anyway, on some of these sports and give you a great product. College baseball isn't something that is covered here at Tony's Picks. It was previously. We may come back to it, but man, we really are smashing some of this college baseball. Good matches, good games today. Certainly, as we get down here to the end of these conference tournaments, they're all on ESPN Plus, pretty much, or SEC Network, ACC Network today. Important games: Oklahoma State, USC, Arizona, Miami and Duke, Vandy and Tennessee. Early action. LSU and South Carolina, Wake Forest, Florida State. And Twisted is here today. And one thing about Andrew, I don't want to. I thank you, Andrew, for being here. And Gosh, I mean, I like when the ball is in play and, Doncic is moving the ball, passing the ball, shooting the ball. Yeah, I love watching it, Luka Doncic. It's when the play is stopped that I don't like watching Luka Doncic. And if a face of a whining, complaining, uh, entitled player is the face of the NBA, so be it. But uh, he could let it rest a little bit. I mean, eventually it's got to wear thin on the officials. Obviously, whatever he's doing is working, and he is great. Remember, he's still a very young man in in basketball terms to a certain extent. I mean, a man in the peak of his career. And here, could it be a collision course here with the Dallas Mavericks and the Boston Celtics? Kyrie kind of getting back a little bit. Hey, a little bit of steam rolling in here. Miami and Arizona over in baseball action today. So just want to mention it because it was pretty much 9, I think, for the most part. And now we are seeing some 9.5s up there. Let me get it straight here. Also, steam coming in right now in some more baseball action. This one between Toronto and Detroit. Total over again. So, Toronto, Detroit, total moving over. And also, Miami and Arizona, total moving higher as well. Just right here in the last couple minutes as we start the show. Here, there have been some overnight moves. I'll try to keep you abreast as we go along. Hopefully, that's why you're here on watching the morning steam. So let me see if I can get some of those totals here for Miami and Arizona. 9, I do see 9.5 under 20 right now at circa. It's always going to be one of the first to move kind of. So um, also 9 over 18 right now at DraftKings. And as far as that other one is concerned with Toronto and Detroit, of course, that's our first game on the board at 1:10 Eastern, 10:10 Pacific. Here we got, pretty much of a split of a card with the action. At least we got a couple of early games here in Major League Baseball today. And right now, 8 over 20 in a lot of spots, including Bet Online, Bovada, DraftKings 8 flat, but could be moving higher. Still an 8 under 15 here at the book I use here in Vegas, just south of me. All right, let's get a few more comments in and keep going through a few notes here. See what you guys have to say. And Brent here. Oh, what did he say? Oh gosh, I'm really screwing up. Hopefully, my Wi-Fi hangs on, you guys. If I miss a moment or two, just stay with me today. But I might have to call this service. I mean, I can only do so much as an amateur uh, Wi-Fi technician here, and I've tried to kind of think that maybe it's been working better, but it's been a little, and it's nothing. It's just personal. It's just me. But I want to have a good show for you guys. Andrew Barnett, what is Halliburton's status for tonight? Good question. And if we knew, we might be able to really get a grip on what's going on, but we can speculate. And I would say that I would expect Halliburton to make this game. I think the Pacers are kind of giving up in that last game when he came out. I mean, it didn't look great, but even though I did kind of maybe I was a little bit dramatic talking about his injury last game, but they're really just calling it like a bruise, if you will. I don't know how you bruise your hamstring. I think I know, but it's kind of like right before you rip it to shreds, probably, and you get that little twinge here, but it's not that pop. That pop I was talking about the other day. I could think of so many times a stupid amateur athlete like myself, would run in the down first base without properly stretching your legs, and that little that sucks. That thing, that pop. But I feel like he will play tonight. I think the line to me indicates that maybe that he's maybe it indicates he's questionable, like he is. But again, you're looking at a 7.5. We'll preview and I'll talk a little bit more in just a moment. Here's Ray with joining us, Jacoby here today as well. And Thomas says the Dodgers Reds game was opposite of what was supposed to happen. Um, I had the over in that game yesterday, so let me know what you guys were thinking there. But that was a premium. I did win. Been okay on my premiums. We've been picking it up here a little bit. And Lego World here today. And think how good Justin would be if we like were a team of betters sitting there. Hey, Big Baller is here today, and he is joining. Big Baller is also. Let's see. I don't know what Black Friday was. Was that a crummy day? But Big Baller, nice to have you comment. Man, hello. And Shannon Moore, nice to see you. Thank you for joining me. Good to see you. Man, it's great to have some new friends or some old friends saying hi. On the weekend, you're home, you get to flip through the YouTube. Maybe you're on your iPad, your phone, and you get a chance to comment. Maybe you do watch and listen and don't get a chance to comment. You're working, you're taking care of your life, and hopefully get you a few tips along the way. Again, I'm trying to bring you free winners, but again, I think I try to bring you as much information as anybody here. So, all right. And Big Baller also more going to be another big dog under day. Hot streaks only last so long, but says he likes Indy spread and money line to get back in this series tonight. Would be good to have Halliburton to do that, and I hope that is the case. All right. Great to have everyone here. Curvin is here. Mr. North South. Great to have you around here today. Fernando as well. We'll try to get maybe some soccer information out of our crew. La Liga today certainly tough to me for kind of maybe get involved in this La Liga card, but certainly just want to mention not covered here, not covered by, pardon me, by Tony'sPicks.com. We cover domestic league play from the 5 major leagues right now and other major competitions, Champions League, World Cup. One we do not cover, but I do want to mention right now will be at the top of the hour. Probably should have led with it, really. It is the biggest soccer match in England, the Super Bowl of club football, in just about an hour away from now, actually half an hour away from now. The FA Cup, Manchester City and Manchester United. City, obviously a big favorite. United with all these issues. This would be just just a huge story if United could do something in this one. They're underdogs by about a goal and 3/4 here. The total's about 3 1/4 goals. But if you aren't familiar with it, any team in a professional league in England can win the FA Cup. Uh, some teams have harder road than others. If you're down there in the lowest of the lowest of the lowest of the low, and you know how many tiers there are in England, there's a lot. I don't even think I know, but if you're in one of those lowest of the lowest of the low, what you get to do is try to work your way up through, and then the premier teams and some of the upper echelon teams get many buys into the final rounds. I mean, they're paying the bills and everything for all of this, and still you do see, and any team can win the FA Cup. You do have Manchester City and Manchester United in this year's final. It's always usually Premier League teams, but sometimes a champion team can come along, and even lower has made it over the years. So just want to mention that, and I don't think I even have a pick, man. That's a pretty a big deal, but City obviously a big favorite over Manchester United. This could save. I don't know what it would save for Manchester United. Hopefully, they just have a good performance. So hopefully, you watch that. And all right, we'll have it on here certainly as well, but. All right, and also I don't know if you saw over. I want to say last weekend because it's kind of a sports gambling story. It's I want to tell one story. It's a big day. I'm sorry, but I was thinking about it because was reading about it too. I don't know if you know if you're familiar. Do you remember? And maybe you guys know about this story, and I haven't talked about it. But do you remember or do you know who Sports Cheetah is? He's a real good sports technic. Uh, a technical analyst. He's been a gambler, a fantasy player, a handicapper on ESPN betting shows back in the day when they were just kind of getting rolling. A man with a big red beard, and he would talk sports. Well, he got involved in sports team ownership in England and created an NFT to kind of uh, round up money to buy Crawley Town Football Club in England, and it didn't go very well at first, and they were not that pleased necessarily with it. But certainly, what happened is. As kind of it does, you look at you look at Geralabas Figueres and what he did with his team in Spain. You look at the great Tony Bloom and his ownership of Brighton, but uh, Sports Cheetah, Preston Johnson is his name. Uh, when you use analytics, he did some unpopular things, kind of like what Vulgaris did in Spain and his second division team. Kind of got rid of some popular older players and kind of brought in guys who were grading highly in lower leagues who were younger players whose trajectory says they may be good players, younger players. And he brought Crowley Town up to a big playoff game to get them into the championship division playoff. They really ended up crushing their opponents through the matchups. So a really, really interesting story if you want to check that out with Preston Johnson, the Sports Cheetah, and his ownership. Stewardship, I would say. The bands own it. You bought the NFT, you own it. And this man was so, Preston, if you're familiar with him, he said, you know what? You own these NFTs, you own this team. If we don't do a good job, you can vote us out. Well, right now they're pretty happy with him. So, little story there. Go with my FA Cup coverage. All right. Also, want to say hello to Alfonso Fleming. He's been watching us here. Takes a while to uh, come to knowing the style of Ramon. Maybe I don't know. Dog says I'm not interested in soccer today. Hey, Ron's here. Promote. Ron's got picks. Gene got picks. Ron's got picks here. Certainly, Ron. Right now, I mean, I saw Ron. You got 7 picks. I'll go over to Tony'sPicks.com and take a look at who did well yesterday. As we got to get rolling on this show, but just so excited. I think it was, pardon me. Uh, I think it was the victory by Peyton Stearns that got me all fired up. And Danielle here, though, man, Madison Keys is starting to smash some winners and has taken a lead here and has an advantage over Danielle. She's starting to lose this one. All right, come on, Danielle. Solos here. And Fernando's got us a pick. Thank you, Fernando. I was looking for a little something here. Mike says, "Can you give me your lean?" I mean, I would think that I think what Fernando said. You see, they're going to take this seriously. Certainly, win another uh, championship. I would think. So, Curtis, hello. And Baller, thank you so much for stopping in, giving us a little, and just saying hi. I really do appreciate that. All right. I know, Pep Guardiola never loses to Manchester City. To Manchester United. And Ron says maybe the under could be the call in this one. So really, and it hasn't been all Holling, right? I mean, Foden has been just unbelievable. The player of the season has been unstoppable, of course, of late. and also has 6 goals in his last 4 games against Manchester United for Foden. So been very, very strong. So enjoy that game. It's just in 25 minutes, and again, it is it's a Super Bowl. It really is of English football. It's not an exaggeration. If you've seen it or been familiar with it, I've been watching it for. I've been doing the FA Cup for so long. I remember having to. I would open up my. I was a manager of a sports bar with like 140 TVs for 15 years. Back when the TVs weren't flat, by the way. But we would have a big thing every year. Open up at 6 in the morning for the FA Cup, and you didn't just dial it up on some channel. I mean, you had for a few years you had to like order a pay-per-view, and then they moved it to another dish. All right, one more steam move in baseball, and we got to get rolling here. Baltimore and White Sox. I'm seeing the total here moving under right now. A little bit of steam coming in at under 8.5 in the game between Baltimore and the White Sox. So that one moving down here just a tick. Also, within the last 5 minutes, a move here on the total with the Cubs and the Cardinals off of yesterday's rain out. We are seeing right now Miles Mikolas, the current starter here for St. Louis. I'm showing still Jamison Tyone. Maybe we'll get to that and see what the deal is, because but anyway, a total moving lower here with that one, Cubs and Cardinals here today. Okay, and I'm showing 8 now at Bet Online, but definitely showing that Tyone here, currently the scheduled starter. So not quite sure what's going on there. Okay. One more thing I'm going to check. Gosh, I'm really killing us here on the show, but all right. Let's go over TonySpix.com real quick. Want to show you what Ron's got. Yeah, no, yeah, that's yeah, I just had to double check that. I checked it a few hours ago, was still wondering what was going on. Renault Brown here today. Thank you. Probably there. Look at Tony, you guys. He's been so hot. Really been really since I've been with Tony. Hope he doesn't mind me saying it, but this is probably one of the best stretches I've seen from Tony. So, hey, pick up some premium pick packages today. Hopefully from me. Ron's here as well. Shout out all the guys who joined me in the channel. You guys are always welcome to come on. Of course, here in the morning steam, I'm talking about guys like Doubles in there, and Ron and the crew. But you see here, probably 11-5. Tony 5-0, about running as hot as he has, man. Hollywood Sam 4-1. I somehow managed 62.5% doubles, 75% yesterday. Butterscotch here, always welcome, 60%. Any of our cappers are welcome to join me here. Tim won his only play. OG Cappers VIP 2-1. EPA Sports Hoops 2-1. Bodon 60%. Bo, if you're out there, shout out. You're doing an incredible job with all your videos. Hopefully you're checking out Bo every day. Some days he does the whole baseball card, Tony style. I think you got to go through each video, but he does all the games. Daniel 67%. Tony's Picks VIP account in there with 60%. And Ron Crawford still showing a profit with some dog plays yesterday. Good appearances on the leaderboards from the crew. How about Ron Hahn here? Crushing it right now, certainly close to 65%. Butterscotch up there, up over 8 units. Jerry Lewis up 7 units. Daniel Walasachuk up 6 units. There's Tony T. But look, for the month, Tony T's up 16 3/4 units with a very strong percentage. Ruben Marlboro, come to Marlboro Country. You'd be up nearly 16 units over the last 30 days. Butterscotch up 14 and 2/3 units. Ron Hahn, 14 and a half units this month, last 30 days, I should say, here at Tony'sPicks.com. Click on the All Cappers tab, find the handicapper of your choice, and get signed up. You'll find all the cappers there from Tony'sPicks.com here on the site. And appreciate everybody. Oh, let me take a look at those upcoming games here. There they are. I'll just pop in the soccer. Want to show all of Ron's picks that you can grab here today, or grab probably a package with Ron. But he's got all these plays for today in La Liga coming up. One starts in just a short while here, and then you've got Major League Soccer tonight. He's got 4 games up there right now, and should be a fun night. I'll have a package as well in Major League Soccer. All right. And let's everyone take a moment to call Fernando crazy, because, of course, no sane man would be, well, other than Fernando, of course, we're kidding. But Fernando, uh, let's just say he's deep in some of this soccer action, wherever it's coming from. Chinese Super League, South Korea K1, Australia playoff today. Osasuna and Villarreal 1-1 here in late in the game. All right, let's go. Let's go, you guys. Let's get started. I'm sorry it took so long. I'm just having so much fun here, having you guys around. Celtics, a road favorite here by 7. Imagine if they were playing somebody else in the league. They're only playing, one of the best teams here, but they're 7-point favorites on the road because, man, the Celtics are just like one of the greatest teams of all time, obviously. Well, I know that the line probably has some inflation here with Halliburton. We've already talked about in the chat his questionable status for the game. I think he can make an appearance in this game. I will mention this. This is interesting. Maybe get your take on this, because I don't want to go too crazy. I don't have DraftKings. I'm here in Las Vegas. I don't see any props up yet for Halliburton, and you may not see any props for Halliburton. DraftKings has props up for Halliburton. I can, one thing I can do is see the DraftKings lines. Now, if he doesn't play, of course, all bets are void. So it's a no. You're not supposed to say no risk on a YouTube gambling show, but in this case, it is a technical fact, no risk, right? If he doesn't play, you get your money back. And we're not suggesting that Tyrese Halliburton is the next Jonte Porter, but what if Halliburton does play? What are the chances that, and all these, to me, these props don't look like they're, hey, if a guy's 75 or 80%, maybe the props should be 75 or 80%, but they're kind of pricing Halliburton on those DraftKings props as if he's going to play. And, they're not overinflating him like he's on fire. They're not taking him lower because he's hurt or being dominant, not playing well. They're kind of graded like normal. So, what are the chances of Halliburton, having a stellar game here as an underdog in a game where maybe he could be limited, maybe he could play and have limited minutes, maybe he could come out of the game early if it's a blowout? So, I don't know. I feel like there's a little bit of value in some of those props at DraftKings. I don't see, is there any other books you guys see? But DraftKings had the Halliburton props up before I went on the air. Now, this was about maybe an hour ago. I don't know. They probably have not, changed on that. Again, they're not going to, if he doesn't play, you don't win any unders or anything. But I would think that maybe Halliburton could have a little bit of an issue finishing the game, or not playing the entire game and maybe still playing in the game. So, all right. But just to get maybe some of your picks on the game, doesn't look like you guys are too hot on the game here, or maybe waiting for me to make the call. I'll just make the call right now because I know which way I'm headed. And look, I was on the over. That was great, man. Think of it, a miserable guy like me, always betting on the under. Life is so depressing when you sit here and watch unders all day. In terms of sports betting, I mean, come on. I'm a happy guy. I'm a happy-go-lucky guy with $1 million falling from the sky. But when it comes to betting that over, hey, it was a big party. I was, loving it. I'm getting back to the under here. And this game. I know it's going to be, it feels like overwhelming support for the over right now. The numbers would bear it out. The sharps would say not so fast. If this indeed is going to be another over, sports books are giving you a big old discount here today of like 2 points off of the opener because the public is betting the over so hard in this game. The sports books have actually taken it from 224.5 down to 222.5 or 222. So I'm that guy. I'm the Scrooge of the party here. I know I'll be in the minority. I know a lot of people are still going to go over. Look, even the pace numbers are, I can't even argue it. I can't throw up any stats necessarily that would argue it. I'm just trying to think that maybe if there's no Halliburton as well, again, he is, I think, has to be considered more of a facilitator than a high powered scorer. I mean, here's a guy who really does have kind of, record setting and elite uh, assist marks when he's in there. So, but he does need to score as well because and McConnell, hey, we make fun of McConnell a little bit. Maybe make fun of him more when he does have to play extended minutes, when he does kind of start to look a little more a little awkward. I think when the fatigue starts to set in, so could use a little bit of support for him. From Halliburton if he can play partially. I don't know. Thomas is saying it's got to be an under no matter what. And here's Darren with the Celtics. Justin has his plays as well. Oh, I think he's going here. Uh, let's see. Pacers over on their team totals tonight. Pacers series over 4.5. Let me think about this. What is that bet? I'm trying to, Justin. I mean, I know it. Is that, I don't know what that is, and I feel like picks from Beavis is here. What is going on? I don't know what's going on, but I am so happy that Picks from Beavis is here. If that's a real, I mean, and I'm sorry if I've never, I'm going to go, as soon as I get off this thing, I'm going to write this down. I'm going to go, unless it's just Picks from Beavis on YouTube, and then there's no other. But if Picks from Beavis is on X or I'm going to be all over that. I love that, and thank you. And I don't know about that. Um, Very, very intimidating logo there. It looks like it's not very Beavis like, but hey, it doesn't have to be, Beavis and Butthead. But that was a funny skit on Saturday Night Live when Beavis and Butthead sitting behind the inner. Okay, here we go. Pacers for Solo. Law Dog, Boston money line in a low scoring game. Thomas says that maybe I think he's talking about Halliburton here, and he thinks Celtics run away with this one. And maybe when you have an injury, sometimes it is best. Danielle's taking a break here because I think she's getting rocked here. Steam coming in right now. Major League Baseball, Padres, Yankees under right now. The 7.5s might be disappearing here. I did lose with a premium last night going under 7.5 when it finished 8-0. And I like that, Thomas. That's an old saying, actually. So anytime Law Dog maybe has, and I don't know if Law Dog is that's just a cool name, or maybe Law Dog is a lawyer or some type of other job in the litigation industry. But nonetheless, I would think anytime Law Dog makes a pick, we should say as uh, a great announcer that I grew up with, Ralph Lawler used to say, "It's the law." All right. And Thomas is still going to take the over. The pace is still there. There's no doubt. The pace is still there. I'm contrarian in this play. Going under is my play here on the show. Yeah, okay. Thanks, Justin. Wow. And it's a minus $1.07. That is an interesting. I thought that's what it was. Actually, I'm not trying to make excuses, but I'm like only $1.07. They only have to win one game. That doesn't make sense necessarily, but maybe it does. There's 7-point underdogs in this game. no matter what happens tonight, they're an underdog next game, even if they win by 25 points. I would imagine Boston might still be a basket or two favorite in the next game. So good point. Yeah, thank you. I don't know what I was thinking. I was thinking that, but I was surprised. It was minus $1.07 there. All right. Thomas says Pacers can't win the game if it's under. That's bad news for Ramon Scott. And Law Dog. Oh, his name is Lawrence. Thank you, Lawrence. Futon Bet stopped by. He's got McCollum. Over a half a three. Renault Brown. What is he saying here? Indiana Moneyline Game 2. Boston Series. Both underdog stars not playing one straight out. I hope I'm saying all this right. And Justin and I. All right. I think I've run through the comments. I've made my play. I've got a premium as well on the game tonight. Well, I don't yet. It's not put in there. I was, a little bit greedy, wondering if, because, hey, there's no doubt this line has gone up, and depending on the Halliburton status, we could see it move. But I'm gonna have to make the move here sooner or later. You can't sell any picks if they're not in the system, so just gotta have to make a choice here. But anyways, want to get one other steam move to you here. Kansas City and Tampa Bay. This one has a very low total, but they did steam it over. The world's going to be on Kansas City. We're going to preview all the baseball in just a moment, but also want to welcome our man Joey Tron. Joey, you were doing a great job, sir, with your appearances on the air. Want to welcome you to some of this stuff here. You probably got as much as, or if not more, experience than I do. But man, great to have you, Joey, joining us in the chat here. And he's a Pacers man. So look, find Joey over across the street on the show with Tony, of course, every day at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific. He joins them on the drive-through a couple times a week, I believe. Thank you, Joey, for checking in. It's awesome to have you here. And he's with me. On that under tonight. So I think I didn't realize Joey and I are so in tune there. He kind of wrote up that analysis, kind of the way I'm seeing it to a certain extent. There's always a buy. Look, I mean, this Boston team's doing some big things out here, and they're the rightful favorites at this point. I get it. Thomas is on him. He'll set me straight. All right. And PZ. Oh, and I've got to do it. Joey, just for you, for joining me here, and appreciate you very much. And good luck to you also being part of the little network here. I'm just a small part, and you guys do such a great job over here. But he's a Pacers fan. We need the Pacers to win, and I just want to say it because they need it tonight. Boom, baby. All right, let's go Pace. Let's make those threes. And get rolling over to the hockey, because we got to step up this show here a little bit and get rolling. And take a look at the Oilers going up against the Stars here. And the Oilers were able to get that win, man. Great job by the Oilers. Has it, changed the way you see things moving forward here in the series at 1-0 right now? And Dallas, with a little bit of need here to get this home win after losing game 1. Well, for the Oilers, man, really, really clutch, and to win a game in the fashion that they did, I think really shows that they may have the versatility that they need to kind of spring this upset in this series. Obviously, it's a little bit closer now that they have that road win here to start the series, because you look at right now where they stand, and the Oilers have moved to $1.75 favorite here to win the series over the Dallas Stars. So, I'm in some pool action, and I probably could use the Dallas Stars here to win it. But I think my pick here is going to be on the total in this one. I would think here in Dallas, to me, it kind of stands to reason that if the game had 5 goals last time, Dallas needing the win, I don't think they're going to want to get in any type of shootout here. Handicappers, in my opinion, are all over Dallas from what I've seen today. It might be 5, 6, 7, 8 to 1 here as far as cappers on uh, Dallas here to even up this series. So I'm going to take the under though at 5.5. But actually, if I may, because it's the morning steam, and I think it's I'm going to take personally going to take 6. I'll take 5.5 on the show here to be graded, certainly, but 6 at let me see 5.5 under 20. That I don't think that's fair. It might be more like 5.5 over. Yeah, that's just a typo. I'm sorry, you guys. Still, my point being, because it is 5.5 over, I can get a good price here at 6 goals at minus $1, probably $1.40 at worst. If you're really in a square book, maybe it's 45 or 50, but I'm going to need 6 here to stay under. Yeah, I'll be playing some 5.5s. I'll be playing some 5s. I might even be playing some 6.5s, bigger. I like to, what do we call it? Laddering. I don't know if that pertains to like we do with strikeouts or point props or anything like that, but I do like to kind of taper the total a little bit here in a big playoff game where I'm going to be totally focused on watching it. So, under 5, under 5.5, under 6, under 6.5, whatever the case may be. I want it under here tonight with the Stars and the Oilers. Let's get your plays, your comments here in this one. And while we're giving a moment here, I'm really mad at Danielle. She's obviously out of gas here because she was a favorite against Madison Keys today. Madison's great, and really enjoy watching her. But I'm ready to almost go to the FA Cup. Sorry, Danielle. You're my favorite player. Everybody knows that. All right. Let's see a few more comments from basketball. Sorry I missed those, you guys, but great job. You guys saw them in the chat here, certainly. Law Dog going to stick with me here on the under. Lazzy Love here today. And Ron likes the Stars in this one. And all right. Want to say, Shannon likes Dallas. And M looks as well. Stars need the win. And Peasy, you said it, right? I mean, don't forget, clank, clank. Some of the biggest moments of the game, no doubt about it. So I'm in a little pool though over there at one of the other things I'm not supposed to say, but I'm in position to really, maybe cash, but could use the Stars, I think, today. But nonetheless, I'll take the under. Maybe I need just the Stars. I need the Stars team total over personally, but all right. You guys got your plays in. I got mine in on the under here with Edmonton and Dallas tonight. All right. We got to go to baseball here real quick. And keep moving on this show. It might be just picks here in baseball today with some of these because I've been talking for so long, but we want to get the plays out there. Get your comments. Villarreal and Osasuna as a final 1-1. All right. And here we go with, hey, I'm glad at least we got some games here a little bit early today, not like last week. I mean, it's only, Memorial Day weekend. Thank you to all the families that paid the ultimate sacrifice with your loved ones that serve this country and veterans as well. And those that are suffering today from their commitment to our freedom. And I always like to, chill. Really, I'll think about it right now. We'll get rolling with the baseball here. But I made a comment. I saw doubles kind of like in the tweet that I made. But Major League Baseball treats Memorial Day like an afterthought. Like they made this, like, and then they've done this for a couple years in a row now. It doesn't make any sense. I know it's a big travel day. It's all about money and all that. But there's only 11 games on Monday, and you would think that Memorial Day, I mean, uh, double headers, day games, maybe fireworks, even things like that to celebrate our heroes. But yeah, they're not too into it, actually, I guess. So but it looks like they make the schedule and then they're like, oh, it's a holiday? Well, who knew? All right, let's get going here with the action. Blue Jays and Tigers are going to start us off here in this one with Barrios. He's struggled here of late, 7.02 ERA. He's got that Las Vegas area code ERA going. 1-1 in his last three starts, 7.02 ERA. Meanwhile, Reese Olson looks pretty strong, 1.57 ERA in his last five starts. However, Detroit has gone 0-8 with Reese Olson on the mound here, despite those good numbers. He's gone under in 6 of his 9 starts, but actually, I think they won his first start. I think the Tigers have lost 8 straight starts with Reese Olson, despite those pretty strong numbers. Detroit has lost 7 of their last 10 games coming into this one. Talked about that steam that kind of rolled in on the total over, and I don't know. I think that's probably where I would be headed here in this one. Feels pretty uncomfortable now to maybe consider as a premium at 8.5 here. Oh, there's still 8 overs. Okay, I'm down. I'm gonna use this as my play here on the show and go over here. I think I can still get 8 over 15 at Circa, 8 over 18 at DraftKings, 8 over 16 at Bet Online. Bovada's moved it to 8.5 under 15. So that steam, like I said, feels like it's on the over here today for the most part. And maybe easy to see why with Barrios's numbers. But he has gone under in 6 of his last 8 games. He has a career 4.48 ERA against the Tigers in 13 career starts, but he's 7-2 against the Tigers in his career. So that's some really interesting dichotomy stats here. Detroit's gone over in 14 of their last 19. You guys have a few picks here probably on this one. And Thomas here today says Tigers. Yes, I had, and again, Tigers premium yesterday for us. They're underway in the FA Cup. Hey, Juan Laster here's today. Good to have you. Blake's on Toronto. Juan says I've got a nerfy in the game. Well, Barrios is allowed a run in the first inning in 3 of 10 starts. Olson is allowed a run in the first inning in 0. 0 for 9. Olson, really good, man. Some of these numbers for Olson. Tigers have scored a run in the first inning in 14 of 51 games, while Toronto has scored a run in the first inning in 20% of the games this season. Darren, Tigers, and Murphy. And Jacoby, roll with me here on the over. Yeah, I think we pushed that one yesterday, right? I think I went under. I know there were some 8.5s out there, but I think it went off at mostly 8s on the show for the show pick. All right, here's the Giants taking on the Mets with Hicks here. Jordan Hicks on the road against Luis Severino. And Severino, a favorite here at $1.25, maybe a little bit lower right now. Maybe the action's coming in here a little bit on San Francisco as we roll with the action here in the National League. For Severino, in this one. His numbers are pretty interesting here. He has started to come back down to earth, though, of late. 4.38 ERA in his last four starts. Did give up 3 runs in 6 innings against San Francisco in one start. The Mets have lost 21 of 30. Mets have also gone over in 7 of their last 9. Giants have gone over in 9 of their last 11 games for Hicks. He has a 3.60 ERA in his last 3 starts. He's 2-0 in those starts, but the Giants are 2-5 with Hicks on the mound. Does have a 3.38 ERA against the Mets in 2 career starts spanning 9 appearances. Giants a dismal 11-16 here on the road. I think the Giants are the team of cappers for the most part here today, it feels like. And I don't know, the way it's moving, it does feel like the move is kind of going that way as well. Widely reported steam did come in on the under in this game. Came in at mostly under here at this point. That's where I want to go, but I'm showing the total there on screen, 7.5 over 15. But I'm showing for the most part this total's been moving higher, and I'm not buying it. Actually, in this one, I want to go under. I almost want to strike it from the record, maybe go under as a premium, but I think I'm committed here to the under in this one. I know that both these teams, I just read it off, they've been producing some overs here, certainly of late, but I'm going to end up on the under here. If it's going to be 8 like it is all over, remember the great thing about 8, compared to 7.5, and the same, of course, for 8.5 and 9 is you got to get 9. You got to get 9 to beat me here. It's not part of the handicap necessarily, but yeah, I almost got to note that because that feels like a pretty solid play. It says 7.5 on screen. You could grade me on that if you'd like. I'll just take it at 8. Let's get your comments here with the game between the Giants and the Mets. All right, Law Dog. It's the Law. He's on the Blue Jays. He does not like Reese Olson. These numbers are pretty good comparatively. Oh, I'm on the wrong game. All right, here we go. Thomas is on the Giants. Here's Darren. He wants a Nerfy and Giants first 5. So for Hicks, he's allowed a run in the first inning in 3 of 10 starts this season. Severino has allowed a run in the first inning in just 1 of 9. The Mets have scored a run in the first inning in 16 of 50. That's okay for the Mets. The Giants are just 12 of 52. The Mets have actually been a little bit better. As far as the first 5 is concerned, you have Hicks. He's 6-2-2. The Mets are with Hicks starting in the first 5 innings. For Severino, the Mets are 6-2-1 with Severino in the first 5 innings. Giants are 20, 26-6 first 5. Mets 18, 22-10 in the first 5. And here's Blake on the Giants. Joey, I am going to look into that. Here's Law Dog not liking it at all. Here's Fernando, Giants and over. There it is. Where I saw that funny comment there. Here's Juan on a Nerfy as well. And looks like Thomas is saying the Giants here are a consensus pick by our team. Like I said, I feel like it's almost unanimous with handicappers. We've got our guys in here. We got Joey from the other side too. So we'll see. But feels like cappers today are going to be pretty heavy on the Giants. I don't know if I can. Maybe I'll try in pocket. I don't know if I can get premium on them here at this point. They've been impressive the way they've been beating these teams and scoring runs against the bullpens and everything. And Jacoby here maybe over. Thomas maybe with an under here. Am I the Mad Hatter, or is there another under here? Two Cups joining us today. Glad to have Two Cups with the Giants. Keep it rolling here with the Rangers. And Jared Lorenzen going up against the Twins and the Cowboy. Paddock on the mound here in this one with the Twins, a favorite here, $1.25 or so. Widely reported steam did come in here on the Twins, so I expect to see this price a little bit higher right now when I take a look, but not too much. Only Bovada seems to be much higher than this price at $1.28. Other than that, seems like we're just kind of rolling here that the Twins are taking the move. Cappers appear to be split so far from what I've seen of paid cappers today. For Texas in this one, you got Lorenzen here, pretty good over his last two starts. Just a 1.13 ER, 1.35 ERA in his last two starts. Texas though just 2-5 with Lorenzen. Texas has lost 12 of their last 15. Now the Twins have lost 7 of 10. What's happened to these contenders here of late? Paddock's been pretty good. 4-1, 2.97 ERA in his last 6 starts. I'm critical often of Paddock, but I'm going to give him some props here for performing well. He's gone under in 3 of his last 4 games here. Rangers have gone under in 8 of their last 11. The Twins have gone under in 8 of their last 11 games. Get your comments maybe here on this one. Maybe we can look at some of the numbers here. 6 of the last 7 meetings between these two teams have gone over, and Minnesota has covered the run line in 6 of the last 7 games against the Rangers. Rangers have lost 4 straight. All right. Here we go now with Juan's on the Twins. He says it's a toss-up, though. Here's the thing. I love Juan here. He does say Twins money line. It's a 50-50 game. So don't lay $1.25 though, Juan. If you got it as a 50-50 game, that's not good value according to your handicap. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm just appreciative of you being here, and I thank you, my friend, very much for all the times you come around. Just want to, caution you a little bit, but again, hey, we're just making picks. We're making picks from Beavis, and he says, I'm big time with the Rangers here today. Likes the Rangers kind of shake this off against Paddock, get these bats going a little bit here, it feels like in this one. And let me see here. I don't want to go necessarily against Beavis here. First day I've seen him, but I just might be on the Twins. In this one, Fernando's on the over. Justin's on the Rangers. These guys, maybe they can't. It's a good price. It's a good price. Blake going under here in this one. And Law Dog maybe over here. I don't know. Law Dog, if we're talking about this one, I'm not sure I'm ready to roll with anything on the total. Here's JD, first 5 under. And here is Law. It's maybe not liking the Rangers so much. That's a lean, it sounds like. And Beavis says maybe they turn around. And here is Darren on a nerfy. Texas. Lorenzen's allowed to run in the first inning in 1 of 7 starts so far. Paddock just 1 of 9. So pretty good. 2 for 16. These 2 starters allowing runs in the first inning. Texas, they're pretty okay. 17 of 52 so far this season. Twins, not as good. 13 of 50 scoring a run in the first inning. All right, I got to make the call. Pressure's on. I'll take the Twins. I think you guys are mostly on Texas. No disrespect. I'll take the Twins here in this one. All right, next up. Got 111 here. I want to thank everybody. I think other than I feel like the first show back when we resurrected the show after the 3-month hiatus, we might have got to 120 that day, and we didn't get there since. Here we are on a Saturday. I got 115 of you in the chat. Thank you so much. I think your support will kind of help me stay here on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel. And don't forget, subscribe to my premium picks. That's how you really show me the love here. Yeah, we're going to sweep the board, but that's also how you can kind of keep me coming back. If I don't pick any winners and we don't sell any picks, I probably got to go find myself a job as a professional senior pickleball player, as I've said. All right, here is Big Baller's got home run props. Continuing on here now with the O's are going to take on the White Sox today. Hey, big support here at the window, it looks like so far for the White Sox. Maybe because of Fetty. Maybe you're getting a decent price at $1.70 here, but oh man, it's still tough. I know I'm, maybe guilty of a little bit too much White Sox love in the past. We've started to gravitate back, towards these big favorites, and they've definitely been getting it done here again. It's so easy to sit here and pick against the White Sox and everybody make fun of you. But look, I took my lumps trying to break that horrible streak that they were on. And we were on them on a few successful occasions, but we've been kind of rolling against them here now that the White Sox are losing pretty substantially again, having lost 7 of their last 8. For Baltimore here, they have Suarez starting. He has a 2.35 ERA in 3 starts, but this is going to be his first start in a month here coming in. So we'll see how much he can do in this one. For Fetty, 2.37 ERA in his last 3 starts. The White Sox have won 4 of the last 5 starts with Fetty. I mean, if there's going to be any green lighter here, maybe for the White Sox, it might be Fetty. The widely reported steam did come in on the under in this game. They took it under, oh boy, I want to say 8.5, and I clicked the wrong button and my Steam window disappeared, but my notes say it was 8.5. And right now I can see the current line, so that should also help. Here we go. I've got it now. Wi-Fi is working, so be still my heart. Yeah, they took it at under 8.5, and it's mostly 8 over everywhere except Bovada, a few other square shops. I'm showing an 8.5 under 15 or so in this one. So that widely reported steam got to be respected here a little bit with Fetty on the mound. The Orioles aren't. I didn't even get a chance to talk about that crazy finish the other night. And maybe I can take the opportunity now. I didn't talk about it on Friday. I don't know why it slipped my mind. Everybody's made a comment on it. As a referee, and Major League Baseball did send out a memo. I didn't see the memo yesterday. I was looking all over saying they've got to comment. They've either got to say, letter of the law, because I think I can almost make a case for the umpire going by the letter of the law, but there's never, ever a reason, not even at the lowest levels. And I know we're having all this problems with officiating at lower levels, and their big story yesterday, a blow-up story in ESPN about, officials abuse at lower levels and how nobody wants to officiate. And it's tougher for those people, right? But Major League Baseball umpires, you don't need to umpire by the letter of the law. And that's, I think, what Major League Baseball said in their statement. Talk about the Orioles and the White Sox game, the controversial finish on Thursday with the, runner interference. When a fielder has to change direction because of the path of the runner, it very often can be considered obstruction. It's tough when the runner's back is to the player and he doesn't really know he's in the way. The umpire, if see where the umpire is, and look, I umpired minors. I umpired 12-year-olds, but for several years. Anyways, actually 10 and 11-year-olds. But when the fielder run, right, you can see the shortstop run, and they're kind of like they're even saying some of the people in the tweets, right, purposefully look like you're running around a runner to try to uh, encourage the umpire to call it. But when you run, you can see how he kind of runs around the uh, runner there a little bit. He had to, and that's what the umpire is calling because that is the definition of the interference as it might be in the rule book, but certainly there. And they said, and Major League Baseball came out and said, that's not the way where it's supposed to be judged. Anyways, let's get on with this game. You guys don't need me talking about that. I think I'll get your comments here on the game, on tonight's game with the Orioles and the White Sox. I kind of like this steam under, and I might just tail it actually. And hey, Mike S has the logo, so why not? Go with Mike here. Man, we've got so much. What is it about the DMV crew? We know across the street too. Some of those guys are, from the area. They really love their sports betting and the in the metro area there. Big baller, thank you so much. And Law Dog, what are we talking about? You're on the wrong game. I don't want to talk about Juan Soto. I love everything about you commenting, but all right. Baltimore over here for Juan. M looks on the over. Here's an under first 5 for Fernando. And Law Dog also Suarez over strikeout props here. Well, I might like this a little bit, the way you're talking here. And Thomas wants to do some shopping. That means we have to win. I do the combination handicapper grocery store app. All right, the White Sox. Yeah, I'm watching 10 games. I'm at the grocery store. Never go in the grocery store again. All right. Picks from Beavis. A great point here. Here's the thing. I want to comment on this actually. If he's talking about the replay system, agree. We got to fix this. Everybody's talking about robot umps right now. It started to come back this week. Robot umps, they're not coming back next year. I think we heard that this week. Will not, unless there's some change. They're not going to, even though it looked like it was on target. And again, it wouldn't be robot umps. It would be a replay challenge. You could always challenge a pitch. That's what you see right now in the minor leagues. Looks like we will not have it next year, actually. So, but they do work it out pretty quickly in the minor leagues for the balls and strikes. Some of the other plays a little bit tougher, right, on these safe and outs. But when the computer is going to tell you ball or strike. All right, you guys, here's Blake, Orioles first inning. I think that's all the picks here on this game, and I'm taking the under with Baltimore and the White Sox. All right. Just use better judgment. And get rid of, and also, Beavis, can we just start maybe, does anybody here subscribe to a thing called Umpire Scorecard on X where it shows you how they get a good gamer? But let's just get rid of the guys who aren't doing good. Look, you're not fired. You can keep your same money. We're going to send you to AAA. Okay, you've earned all your pay. We can afford it. It's Major League Baseball. Just pay Angel Hernandez whatever he's making and go let him ump. Hey, you've been demoted. You still get your pay. Braves and Pirates here with Reynaldo Cy Young Lopez going up against Keller here. We know there are other candidates. I just like saying that. And the Braves here on the road, $1.50 in this one. Total here, 8.5. Certainly has my attention. Now, Lopez, really good numbers here still. It's not going away, and Keller's been hot. So I could see why this thing's hanging out here at 8.5, but it doesn't feel like an 8.5 today. Justin, what's the weather like? Because I kind of want to, I don't know, I might save it for a premium here. Let's see what you guys are talking about with Atlanta and Pittsburgh. Lopez, a 1.74 ERA in his last 8 starts. can't argue these numbers. He's 6-2 to the 2-6 to the under. Braves are 5-3 with Lopez, but this is about the toughest stretch the Braves have had all season, having lost 6 of their last 9. They're also just 5-8 so far. They're 5-8 in their last 13 games here on the road. There's still a massive under, so I get that part of it too. 23 of the last 28 under for the Braves. For Keller, 1.29 ERA for Bad Keller in his last 3 starts, a 3-0 record. Pirates are 6-4 with Keller here starting. I know this is Mitch Keller, but I call him Bad Keller, not Brad Keller. But this is Mitch Keller. You guys know that. Just didn't want you to misinterpret what I was saying. Here, Madison Keys beat Danielle. That's okay, Danielle. But good job, Madison, as an underdog. 6-1, 6-2. Maddie just playing well there. Final in. All right. And I'm really interested in that Paracard match. Okay. And in fact, it's in a third set here. Paracard, maybe fatigue setting in against Etcheverry, another clay court specialist.
Final.
All right. Anyways, Pirates, though, have gone over in 12 of their last 16, although Keller's gone under in 3 of 4. So a little bit of difference maybe there to think about anyway with these two. But Atlanta, they've won 12 of the last 15 meetings against Pittsburgh. Let's get your comments. And here is, and that's unfortunately as much as tongue in cheek. I think that has not, I think there's a certain, I think you know this too, that I believe once you're, major league umpire. I'm going to get to a little bit more notes, but I just want to start to give out some of this college baseball steam that obviously started to heat up a little bit yesterday, and it did after the show as well. So got the first move of the day coming in. It's an underdog, so you might want to consider it because these will start to move, and this game starts at 1 Eastern, 10 Pacific. South Carolina against LSU. They took it at plus $1.35. It's down. You might be able to get plus $1.35 if you hurry at DraftKings. That was a great play, Justin, yesterday. Hope you got on it when we were talking $1.65 there, but right now it's down to $1.20 at Bet Online, $1.18 at Circa for South Carolina taking the steam here against LSU. SEC action, college baseball tournament play today. MLooks is going under. Team total over here for Juan. And I think here's Leroy wants the Braves today. Blake wants under. And so does Thomas. Here's the thing. I mean, I just feel like the Braves. I promise. Maybe Justin can say. Let's see. He'll be boots on the ground here with Justin. I'll peek at the weather here a little bit as well if we have time, but. To me, I just feel like the Braves understreak is built into the line totally, because I don't think this would be 8.5 if you weren't 23 of your last 28 under. To be, if it's going to be, now granted, Justin knows he's there with, in Pittsburgh, but let me just take a look at this because it's going to be a situation where it's going to be, okay, here we go. I finally got there. Basically, rain is expected during the game at some time. 20% chance of risk. The temperature in the high 70s. So you know what kind of, humid. It can be humid, right? I mean, we could see the runs. I just feel like if they weren't 23 of the last 28 under, that this would be 9 or maybe even 9.5 under 20 on a game like today. We've already seen these totals kind of going through, higher here. And hey, I had the under yesterday as a premium and lost. So, all right. Here's a lean over for Fernando and Mike S. here today talking about some of those head-to-head matchups today. Great, Justin. We'll do it again. I don't think I can get that middle, Justin. I'm looking at here, and I don't think there's enough of a gap with that big move that you turned me on to yesterday. Really wasn't. You didn't even mean to do it. It was just you mentioning that you had the book there at $1.65, and mine was 30 cents less, but I still was able to create that cool pizza's on me when we finally meet, sir, with the $100 you gave me. All right, let me make a pick here on the. I almost want to be totally contrarian here, and take the over here in this one because because of kind of what I was saying about this streak right now, and it did go over yesterday, but all right, and I am going to do that actually. Give me the over here with Atlanta and Pittsburgh. I'm going to try to buck that trend. I'm going to try to buck that here at 8.5. Probably one privately. I'll take it down to 8. I'll pay whatever it is because look, if we're already dealing with 8.5. Under 15 at Bovada, where that's juice to the under, and I know I can get probably 8.5 over 35 or 40. Boy, we'll be having a good time on that one. All right, Braves and Nerfy here for Darren. I'll touch on the Nerfy here real quick. We'll move on. Braves, Lopez, 0 for 8. Perfect. Lopez, no first inning runs. Keller, 3 for 10 so far. Braves are 13 for 48, scoring a run in the first inning, and the Pirates are 12 for 52. Next up, here is the Mariners. They're going to take on the Nationals with Gilbert going up against Williams. In this one, we've seen so far widely reported steam come in on the Mariners, and we have, oh my God, we might have a goal here by Manchester United. Big underdog here, Man U. This would save, well, yeah, I guess it would. This could save the year. It's been a miserable situation for Man U. They're not used to this here, but they could definitely save something here if they could pull off this victory over Manchester City in the Super Bowl of English football. And Manchester United has their, I don't think it's a bar. They're just talking about it, but 1-0 Manchester United on a, oh boy, yeah, I see what they're saying there on a, oh, it was an, oh, it was just a terror. That's about as bad a play as I've ever seen by City. Just awful. Okay. A little bit of help there. Not an own goal, but close enough. This Guancho ended up with the goal there. All right. Mariners with Gilbert here in this one. They're up to $1.65. That's the price right there. $1.65. Total is moved here to 9 under 20. It could be 8.5 here still at some books right now. And let's take a look at some of the stats. I don't think you guys are commenting yet on this. Maybe listen to me ramble about this soccer match startled you. All right, here we go. For Seattle, you got Gilbert. He's got a 7.5 ERA in his last 3 starts and went 0-2 in those starts. Seattle is 4-2 with Gilbert on the road. He did give up 4 runs in 6 innings in 1 start against Washington. Seattle's lost 5 of 8. They've gone over in 12 of their last 16. The widely reported steam did come in on the over. As I said, for Williams, been pretty solid still. 2.37 ERA in his last 6 starts. He's 2-0 in those starts. Washington is 6-3 with Trevor Williams on the mound. The Nationals, however, have lost 9 of their last 12 games, and they're 9-12 so far at home. Williams did give up 3 runs in 4 innings in 1 start against Seattle. Anything here, gang, with Washington and Seattle? Here is Darren on the Nats. I feel like the Cappers may actually take the Nats today. Here's Juan on the Nationals money line. Blake's on the money. This is like it's 4-0. Thomas, you out there? I think we got. I think we got. I'm gonna. I'll take him on the run line because I'm scared. And Seattle did take that steam. I got to respect that a little bit here, but I think I can get a decent minus 120. I'm on the run line here with the Nationals as my play on the show. You guys are on the money line, Thomas. I think that can qualify for a consensus here with the Nationals today against Seattle. And there's even more from you guys with Fernando and Mike talking about that trend for Seattle in those day games. And man, I might actually have that number here. No. Washington has lost 7 of their last 8 times against Seattle as an underdog, but they have covered 4 of the last 6 run lines against Seattle. All right, the Astros and Getty is going up against the Athletics and JP Sears. With Sears here, the A's are going to be underdog, of course, to the Astros in this one. And man, they're still grading the Astros like they're already back in contention at this point. But, who was it yesterday here? Let me take a look here, actually. I want to see if we had what the pick was on the show yesterday. I thought we had it right, actually. Oh no, we went under. Oh, we went under. Of course, it went over yesterday with the Astros and the Athletics. Oakland has won 6 of the last 7 games at home against the Astros. Houston has dropped the run line in 4 of their last 5 games. 7 of the last 9 meetings between these two teams have gone under. For JP Sears, he comes in right now with currently an ERA of 3.80 in his last 4 starts. Oakland is 4-6 with Sears. The A's have lost 10 of 12 right now. Coming in, they've gone over in 14 of their last 19. Houston's gone over in 6 of their last 9 games. The widely reported steam did come in on the over here in this one. It came in at let me see here. I got it. Not game number 919, 920. I'm pretty sure the steam came in on the over here. I'm going to double check this here. Let me roll off some more statistics here while I think my computer might be dying. Am I on the air here? Got 100 of you here. I sure hope my Wi-Fi is hanging in there. For Arrighetti, 5.23 ERA in his last 4 starts. He's gone over in 4 straight. Houston has now won 9 of their last 12 games coming in. I don't have widely reported steam necessarily on this one. In fact, if anything, the moves have been coming in. They're relatively split, it looks like to me, but man, I don't know. I know the A's have done well in this series, certainly. Let me get some comments from you guys. Thomas, I think it's Nats money line. I'm on the run line, but everybody else was going money line. So just throw my little support in there. But it was like 5 or 6 to nothing. It felt like. Here's Houston over for Juan. Here's Jacoby going over today. And here's Blake. Yeah, you guys, you saying run line. I'm saying go. Let's go ahead and go money line for you guys on that. I'll just take the run line, but everybody else was saying money line. I'm just I try to be a little bit conservative here on the air. We're trying to, I want to be right. We want to guide people with their money. We do want to give them the best value too. I mean, we know that the Astros may be coming back to earth here a little bit, or I should say, what are they doing? They blast off. What are they? What are those throwback uniforms? Astro City, Space City. That's it. The Law Dog maybe going nerfy here in this one with Houston and Oakland. Arrighetti 2 for 7 runs in the first inning. Sears 2 for 10, allowing runs in the first inning. Houston scored a run in the first inning in 18 of 51. That's above average for sure. While Oakland below average, 9 for 53. Got some WNBA steam right now, you guys, and I got to break in here a little bit because it's a game that I actually already gave out last night. So I want to tell you to go look at my videos, go look at my picks if you want to tail me or if you want to wait. But the Aces are getting steamed right now against the Fever. The Fever just played last night. I talked about the show on the video there with Tony last night about the game, talked about the Fever, how they did a great job winning the game on the road. Now they got to come here to Las Vegas. It's only a 40-minute flight if you've ever gone from Southern California to Las Vegas, but it's more or less a time factor than the WNBA and this Fever team. Clark, she was not good last night. Actually, she was good. She set career highs in every category except shooting, where she missed her first 7. Yeah, goal right there. Goal, goal, goal. I'm mixing my sports here at this point. Man City here with a Manchester United with another goal here. It's going to be the day for Manchester United. Salvage the day for all their fans here in this one. But so anyways, the Aces are getting steam right now. It's 16.5 at South Point, 16.5 at Circa, 16 everywhere else. I said go with the Aces last night. If you're comfortable, Manu with the goal. If you're comfortable laying the Aces here at 16. If not, wait a little longer. If you want the Fever are 4-2 against the spread, despite that 1-5 record. So that's definitely saying something. And Clark, she had her worst game shooting last night. She missed her first, 7, 8 shots, something like that. Didn't make any field goals until the fourth quarter when she made 2 big 3-pointers to give them the win. So that's kind of how it's going right now for Clark. She set career highs in every other category, including only 2 turnovers in that game. All right. Astros and Athletics. Supposed to be making the call here. I'm actually a little bit timid here on this one, probably the least amount of confidence. Let me get your pick here. And Nunya going to be bringing us those soccer plays or what? We're here every day. You're hogging the plays. That's right, Terrell. Okay, looks like you guys actually aren't too thrilled in this game. I guess I just better make a pick, and I better make it good. Man, I really want to play the favorite here in this one, even at the terrible price. So I would only do it here on the show. I do feel like the Astros will get this win. Can I get any kind of discount at this point? Is the line moved to Oakland at all? No, in fact, it's $1.57 at Bovada. At least it's $1.37 at Circa, $1.35 at the South Point. What's going on at Bovada? They love the Astros or what? All right, I'm going to take the Astros here a little bit today. And going to have to go back and see. I'm a little confused there on that. I'm a little bit confused here on that total. Oh, man, Nunya, that sounds great. And thank you here for being here. Got to keep going. Got to keep this show moving, man. We're going long here today. Royals, Singer, Rays, Sabali. Royals are going to be super popular at the window, I'm sure, today by handicappers, by the public. Just feels like everybody wants to keep rolling with the Royals right now. Doesn't feel like a terrible price necessarily at this point, but I just don't know if I can necessarily get on board with all this Royals traction here on the show. In fact, they've moved to a favorite now at Bovada. It's mostly a pick 'em everywhere at this point. DraftKings is still hanging the Rays a favorite. I'll call it a pick 'em at this point. And the total here looks to be 8. So I'll update that line and call it 8 here at this point. Widely reported steam came in on the over. I don't see that being the case here today. I'm going to just make my pick on the under in this one right now. Let everybody roll with the Royals here. I don't think I can change any minds. I don't even know if I don't even know if I have the pick here on the show. But let's get some of your comments here. Thomas on Kansas City, Juan on Kansas City. It's going to be all Kansas City. Thomas says he got it at even money, so I'll take the total under here. Look, it is 8 under 15. I mean, my computer is kind of lower than that, and I like it under possibly here today. I do like it under as my pick here on the show with Singer and Savali. You got for Singer, he does come in right now with a 2.37 ERA in his last 5 starts. And the Royals here, obviously, still red hot, winning 13 of their last 17 games. They've gone over in 5 straight. Savali, he's been getting rocked. He's got an 8.75 ERA in his last 5 starts. He has gone under in 7. He has gone under in 3 straight starts. Rays are 1-5 with Savali. Tampa Bay's gone under in 7 of their last 11, is what I meant to say on that. So I'm sure everyone's going to be on Kansas City. I don't get too carried away here, but Fernando's got a first 5 under. And Thomas says, yeah, it does make Kansas City a consensus play here on the show. I will say this, though, as far as handicappers are concerned, it's not running unanimous. You will find some Tampa Bay backers here, but because Tampa Bay, they've lost 5 straight now. They are definitely streaky. Oh, I got that, Darren. Thank you. Here's the Brewers taking on the Red Sox. And this one, we've got Colin Ray going up against Pivetta here for the Red Sox. And for Pivetta, he's got a 4.6 ERA in his last 3 starts. Red Sox are 3-2 so far with Pivetta. Boston has won 4 of their last 5 coming in, but they're under 500 at home so far. And the Brewers have been a pretty solid road team at 17-12 on the road. But Colin Ray has been getting hit pretty hard here. 7.36 ERA in his last 3 starts, and he's gone. Brewers have gone over in 6 of his 8 starts. The Brewers have won 4 straight right now, despite here going just 4-8 on the road in their last 12 games. Boston's gone under, as I mentioned. What did I say it was? Over in 5 of their last 8, but under in 10 of their last 11 games at home for the Red Sox. So I think that probably is going to have me squarely on the under in this one. I kind of like this one, but I just don't know who I like on the side. So want to give out some winners. I'm going to give out the under and share my pain here with a low score. Hopefully here today, that's the way I'm looking at this one. I'll take the under here today. I got to think that this Boston price now, I see it here. I'd probably start to gravitate a little bit towards Milwaukee. I don't know if I want to give it out on the show, but that $1.30 is long gone. Let's just update it. I'm sure it's at least $1.40, maybe even $1.45 here at this point. And that total has already dipped. I know I just talked about the under, and I better be fair because it's 9, pretty much 9 over. I'll call it 9 over 15, but you probably can get 9 over 20. You probably can get even money on underplay here with these two. So get your comments on this one. We'll move on. I got to start picking up steam here a little bit. And here is Blake on the Brewers. Juan's on the Brewers. Feels like Brewers here in the chat. Juan's got a Nerfy in the Brewers game. Well, for Ray, he's allowed to run in the first inning in 4 of 9 starts. Pavetta's allowed to run in the first inning in 2 of 5 starts. So both these guys, 40% or worse, allowing runs in the first inning. For the Brewers, they've scored a run in the first inning. Pretty impressively, 32% of games this season. The Red Sox have scored a run in the first inning in 33% of games this today. So, all right. Yeah, the moves on the Red Sox. I don't know if I'm on the Red Sox necessarily, Lawrence, but Darren here on the under. I'm going to take the under. Pavetta's also gone under in 4 of 5, might I add. Okay, help me out, Chicago fans. I mean, I'm trying to figure out. Uh, bad job by the host. Bad job by the capper. You know, where why Imanaga, who was in line to start yesterday, would now be getting an extra day off, and then we'll just keep the rotation going here with Tyone. So I mean, tomorrow's Sunday. Maybe there's something to it, and I just don't have. It's something I want to know. Heading into this one. All right. Okay. So here's the deal. Probably with Imanaga at this point, tomorrow is the nationally televised game for the Cubs. I mean, they're playing the Cardinals, so probably don't want the Cardinals on national TV. But this is it. When you got a guy like Imanaga right now, looks like that what the Cubs are going to do is just shift him to the nationally televised game. Uh, uh, it does say that he will not pitch this weekend in St. Louis. And right now, I'm showing that tomorrow's pitcher actually. So maybe that's going to be wrong, actually, because tomorrow's pitcher is listed as. Oh, I just don't have it. It doesn't have it yet, but it looks like his start is moved to Milwaukee, actually. So too bad. We'll see here. But Jamison Tyone here. Gerardo, thank you very much. In fact, I've got Gerardo, you're seeing the YouTube there, and I don't want to, and when I quote it, I don't want to be wrong. We are streaming also to X, and also to my personal Facebook channel. Shout out family and friends who never say hello to me here, either on Facebook or in the chat. But we got over 100 viewers here. Like and subscribe to the 40,000 subscriber juggernaut Tony's Picks YouTube channel. All right, Cub better make a play here with the Cubs and the Cardinals. The widely reported steam did come in on the under here. We've seen it dip here to, I believe, 8 under 15. So, whoops, you're not going to get the graphic anymore because I just deleted it. But nonetheless, it's 8 over 15 right now. So, okay. There we go. I got to write it down. I messed up the graphic. I'm sorry about that, you guys. I was going to edit the graphic to change the line, and I deleted the graphic. We're not going to make a new one, so we got to keep this show moving. So, ooh, here comes another baseball play, you guys. Steam play right now in college baseball. We'll make a pick in just a moment. Cubs and Cardinals, want to get this to you. It's a big favorite. Duke minus $1.90 if you can stomach it. I don't mind laying these run lines with this team. They're playing Miami today. We've been picking on Miami, I think, a little bit. Duke's up to 215. And right now, I believe that you can play Duke here currently in today's game on the run line. You'll find that Duke is minus 1.5 at probably minus $1.10 or so if you want to lay it that way. All right. Well, here we go. I've got to make the call. No more delays. We got to keep this show moving. Cubs and Cardinals. And I'm going to be on the over, actually, in this one. And now it's down to 8. If the Cubs want to get cute with this rotation, maybe the Cardinals can get their bats moving here today. We know that the Cardinals have certainly been struggling offensively right now, but they have gone over in 11 of their last 14 games. St. Louis has won 5 of their last 6 games here at home. All right, I got to move on now to the next one. I lost my place because I deleted the graphic. So here we go. Dodgers and the Reds. We're in the Fox window here, I do believe, or the evening window, 7:15, 4:15 Eastern, just like that Cubs game. Czech Republic rolls into the finals at the IIHF World Championships. Czech Republic 7, Sweden 3 final. And that game coming up here with Canada and Switzerland starts in about an hour and 25 minutes. Canada minus 215, total 5.5 under 25. Dodgers and Reds with Buehler coming in here, favored on the road. Cincinnati's lost 6 of their last 8 games at home here against the Dodgers, but they have covered the run line in 5 of their last 7, making it close games each time. The Dodgers have gone under in 6 of their last 8 games on the road. Want to mention right now, you guys, some more WNBA. I know I'm all over the place, but it's Saturday. I want to keep you abreast of any breaking news, especially these line moves that come in. The Chicago Sky, a team that I recommended here, not only on the show last night, check out my videos with Tony. I said take the Sky against Connecticut today, plus 6 points. It's moving right now. The Sky is going to be taking 5.5 or less here, it looks like, tonight against Connecticut. Yesterday, I did mention also, and you can still get this. I don't know if you're interested. I took the Sky on a futures play to win the WNBA championship yesterday at 45-1. I think mostly 40 out there right now was able to get 45-1. Look, I know that Connecticut and New York are probably better than the Sky, but I like what the Sky have done. The Liberty look to be, maybe they're just a little bit down. They're definitely not as good on the road right now. So the Sky look good. At 45-1, you're in the bottom 4 teams in the league at this point. There does seem to be a little bit of movement with some of the teams currently as far as moving up the ladder. I think the Sky is one of them. So I took them at 45-1 and win the WNBA title. Probably can get some hedging going there once you get to the end of the playoffs in the last 2 series. Maybe 45-1 sounds pretty good here. Look, I know that we've got the aces. I know all that. Let me get your picks here, Dodgers and Reds. Here, Ray says the bats are cold. Here in this one, I had the over as a premium yesterday. Are the bats cold, Ray? Or are they going to be cold? He's going under. Justin went over. I went over as a premium yesterday. Juan's going over. Law Dog says the Dodgers are the law. Nate, good to see you here today. Blake, auto fade the Dodgers. I'm almost always auto play the Dodgers whenever I can get them at this price, maybe. I don't know. Darren's on the under. For the Dodgers today, with Buehler, a 4 ERA in his 3 starts so far. He's gone under in 2 of 3. Dodgers have lost 5 of 9. They're just 5-6 in their last 11 games on the road. Green is starting to pitch better, man. He's got a 2.03 ERA in his last 5 starts and won them both. Remember, the Reds were 0-8 at one point with Green. Now they're 2-8. Green's gone under in 5 of his last 7 games. The Reds have lost 20 of 27. Terrell will not bet these Dodgers currently. And here's the thing. When we're talking about a do not bet list, and I'm not about a do not bet list, but sometimes a team is a do not bet because they're always overpriced, right? They're a do not bet because you got to lay too much. So I'm always looking for a little bit of discount with the Dodgers. Buehler has often done very well against the Reds. 2.76 ERA in 7 career starts. So do try to look to get that. I think the Dodgers are something a little bit off with this. I don't know. It feels like with this team currently here right now, but man, I almost want to take them here per usual. What's the current line? If it's under $1.50, right now it's at $1.50, $1.60, $1.62. Give me the Reds on the run line here. I'll take them on the run line plus a run and a half. I don't want to take them on the money line. They're not winning enough necessarily, and I want to try to give out maybe a more solid selection here. There's still a reasonable price as a money line play today at minus $1.20. Casper Ruud defeated Tomas Mahach here in the final today. Justin Ruud in straight sets gets it done despite having to play 2 matches today. I think that lowered the price, I thought, on Ruud, who went off at, I believe, only minus $1.60. I think that he would have been possibly $2.20 or more had he not had to play his semifinal earlier today. But nonetheless, great job there, Casper Ruud. Look, we know what's going to happen in the French Open on the women's side, I'm sure, with Iga, and you might, take her. She might be too big of a favorite. But with Nadal and Joker, I mean, nothing is certain with Nadal and Joker at this point. I think you got to look to some of these underdogs like a Casper Ruud here, some of these clay court players. Alcaraz may get a fair price here with those. This is going to be about as good as it gets here. The French coming up. So, all right. But Casper Ruud, he might get my long shot play to win the French Open.
Final.
Here in this one. Okay. One more thing I did just want to mention here. Let me see if I've got it. Oh, gosh. Here we go. All right, let me run. Yeah, we're taking Reds run line.
Final.
And Thomas, run line. I'm on the run line. Okay, I thought I had something to say, but okay, we'll just move on. We got to keep this show going. Phillies and Rockies, Nola and Hudson. Boy, these Phillies prices, look, I know they're out of control, but what can you say? The way things are going right now. But the Rockies did a good job. This could be a bugaboo a little bit. They did a nice job here. In fact, I think no, we had the Phillies, of course. Yeah, we had the Phillies yesterday. Maybe a bad call, huh? With this Phillies group. Nola, 3 ERA in his last 6 starts. Phillies have won 8 of his 10 starts. Of course, Phillies have won 22 of 27 so far. Hudson, poor numbers, 5.49 ERA in his last 4 starts. Colorado's 2-7 with Hudson, but can you stomach 235? Can you stomach a run line here? Okay, here we go. Mentioning here some important information. Starting to get some of the players out today. The Tigers, Vierling, Torkelson, Meadows are not in the lineup today for Toronto. Dalton Varsho not in the lineup. Giants and Mets. Soler, Wade, Conforto out of the lineup today against the Mets. For the Mets, Bader and Tyrone Taylor. You got 2 guys. They both can play center. Obviously, I didn't see the lineup here just yet. Let me see what that Mets lineup looks like without those 2 guys that can play center field. Just getting the lineups on these early games. I don't mean to keep you guys waiting here, but Nimmo In center, Lindor, Alonso, Nimmo, Martinez, Stewart, Marte, McNeil, Beatty, Narvaez. For the Giants, Matos, Estrada, Bailey, Chapman, Flores, Yaz, Ramos, Casali, and Wisely. Okay. All right, Phillies and Rockies. Did you get your play in? Phillies minus 2.5. Here's Thomas on the run line with the Phils today. All right. Rockies game to go over, says Blake. All right. Well, I'm gonna go against my man Blake here. Not because it's Blake. I just am going on the under. I'm writing Blake down here. I wrote it down right next to my under pick, Blake going over. So I know, and maybe I'll try to shout it out. I thought about like going back and writing down all the plays, but I already don't have any time. And here's the Guardians taking on the Angels. You got Bybee going up against Soriano in this one. Guardians on the road, a road favorite here at the Angels. Hey, we had the Guardians yesterday here on the show and gave you a winner. And they were, they were modestly priced. I thought here yesterday, like minus $1.10 or maybe even money or so. But here you're going to get them as a favorite, dollar up as high as $1.30 now. It looks like for Bybee if you take them. I'm not saying that's the play here yet necessarily. Maybe talk about this one. Get your plays typed in for the game with the Guardians. For Tanner Bybee, he's got a 2.76 ERA in his last 3 starts. The Guardians, they're 9-1 with Tanner Bybee on the mound. Soriano's been hot, 1.90 ERA in his last 4 starts. The Angels have gone 3-1 in those 4 starts. The Angels are 5-3 in their last 8 games, and they're only 6-17 so far at home. They've also gone over in 10 of their last 13 on the road, but the Guardians have gone under in 9 of their last what does my writing say here? 9 of their last 14 games. Okay, 9 of their last 4. What else would it be? I thought it might have said on the road, but 9 of their last 14 games here. Get your comments in here if you want on this one. I'm just going to, I kind of want to roll with them again a little bit, but I think we can squeeze in possibly here. Let's see. The widely reported steam came in on the over here. The total currently resides at 8. I'm going to be on the under in this one. Give me the under as my play on the show. The widely reported steam came in on the over. Now, granted, I believe that was a real big low. In fact, the line service is reporting some of the moves came in at heavily juiced 7, like they bought it. But I'm going to take the under with Bybee in here, and Soriano's been good. I would expect Bybee actually to have a pretty good start here in this one. And Thomas is going on the Angels. Fernando Angels first 5 for Fernando. The Angels with Soriano, they are 3-4-1 in the first 5 innings, and the Angels are 20-28 in the first 5 this season. Blake is going under. Ray's got the Angels money line. Thomas going under. Terrell says Cleveland, you got to admit, they are the second hottest team right now behind Philly. They've won 10 of their last 11 games currently. And I'll take the under in this one. Let's go. Let's finish this show. We're almost done. Yankees, Padres here with Stroman going up against Dylan Cease. And you got Stroman here on the road. Look, we lost yesterday. We had a good day, and we went under with the Padres and the Yankees. We tried to go under 7.5. Yankees won 8-0. Yeah, we gave out the Padres here on the road, man. watching that game, I talked about already all those Cleveland fans that were at the Angel game yesterday. There were a lot of Yankee fans at that Padre game yesterday as well. That wasn't cool, but there are a lot of New Yorkers in San Diego. So Stroman, he's back to being hot. 0.68 ERA in his last two starts. Stroman has won. The Yankees have won 4 straight on the road with Stroman. They've won 18 of 23 currently. Dylan Cease has a 4.32 ERA in his last 3 starts. The metrics are better than that. His numbers are better than that this season. I'm still pretty warm. I'm still pretty warm on Cease. I think he has overachieved so far. Cease has gone under in 5 of his 6 starts. The Padres are 6-2 with Cease in his last 8 starts. Padres just 10-17 at home. They can't figure it out for some reason playing at home. I'm going to try the under here again. Not going to go with it as a premium. I think everything in my book qualifies as a premium at this point, but went over yesterday, snuck over at 7.5. Just going to give it out here on the show. Widely reported steam came in on the under, and that's where it is right now. It's heavily juiced to the under. At some places, it's even 7/15. I feel like it's probably pretty solid here. I'll just take the under on the show. I don't think I can do it. I don't know if I can go premium here. 7.5 flat maybe would be it's never going that price. Let's get your plays on my Padres. Here's Blake on the under. Ray is on the Padres. Fernando is on the over. And Thomas Lewis is on the Yankees. All right. As Brent would say, these last games never get their just due. We go so fast, but we got to get off the air here, you guys, and get to the other shows. Marlins and Diamondbacks here, Sanchez and Montgomery. Montgomery going to be a big favorite here in this one against Sanchez, but there's some talk that maybe Sixto. Look, I mean, he's a project at this point, and maybe he's can fare a little bit better here. He's been really roughed up, man. An ERA of nearly 8 in his 5 starts right now. But the Marlins have won 7 of 9, and the Diamondbacks have come in here having won 3 of their last 5 games. Yesterday, let's see. We tried to get cute there with Arizona, and Miami was pretty good. Diamondbacks have gone over in 8 of their last 12. The Marlins have gone over in 17 of their last 25 games overall. See if we can get your comments on this one. We're almost done with this segment. Arizona's gone over in 6 of their last 8 at home. Miami's actually won 5 of the last 7 meetings with Arizona and also covered the run line in 5 of their last 6 games here in Arizona. Miami has covered that run line. So, Terrell, don't do this to me. You're just making me feel bad. The Padres going to get rocked again. And I thought it felt like this. Remember, I always say Padres play to the level of their competition. The Yankees have their number, and I should have realized that. Fernando, oh, here comes Snakes on a Plane, apparently, with the game tonight. Oh, I better make a pick here in this one with the Marlins and the Diamondbacks. And I do know what I like. The widely reported steam was on the over. You see the total there? It says 9 on the screen. That is not the total. The total is 9.5. It is shaded to the under. I can get 9/20 using my Stations Casino app here. So that's probably what I'll end up doing. But it's 9 over here. 9.5. 9.5 under 20, I should say. But yeah, 9.5 under 15 or 20 here at this point. I'm going over Marlins and Diamondbacks as my play here today. That's baseball. Thanks so much for putting up with all those distractions, all this bouncing around and everything. Diamondbacks first 5 for Blake before we head over to the WNBA real quick. Man, there's a long show. First fives for Arizona Montgomery. The Diamondbacks are 4-1-1 with Montgomery in the first five. He also has a 2.12 ERA and 3 starts against Miami. Arizona is 22, 19, and 10 in the first five. Actually, better in the first five than they are in the regular season. All right, I've got the WNBA here lined up, and we'll do it real quick. I have analyzed the games on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel here. I'll give maybe a few more notes out, but previewed the games, made a pick on each of the games on my videos with Tony. So if you want to check that out, a 5-pack rolls right on through, or you can just check it out as far as individual games as well. Let's get it started here. And I'm starting with Connecticut. I'm sorry, the Liberty. The Liberty and the Lynx. Okay, let me get it going here. I have a little bit of issue here. If you don't want to wait for me, you can go check out those videos right now. I want to thank everybody here. Hunter with you, stuck with me all the way through, man. Really makes me feel great here on Saturday in this one. Oh, maybe if we put the graphics up, that would be a good place to start, and then we could here. All right. Oh, no, yeah, thank you. I don't know if we could even say that, but you can, I guess. So thank you so much. And just thanks to everybody. Curtis is here. He says, what's the consensus, Thomas? I don't know if we'll get any WNBA, so, you can kind of, in fact, I'm having some issues here bringing some of my notes up here. I got the picks, so we may not have additional. Oh, I got my handwritten notes from last night. Maybe we could just go with that. Duh. What a fool. Okay, for the Lynx and the Liberty, this one's coming up. First game of the day game. Hey, this is on CBS. They signed a contract with CBS. This is a network game, the first network game here of the season on CBS. This is a contract. So you got the Lynx coming in 2-1, but they're 3-0 against the spread. The Liberty are 4-1, but 1-4 against the spread so far this season. And that's what we're seeing. A lot of the good teams are just favored by too many points. I've already been pretty hot on the Liberty coming in. On the Lynx coming in. They're 3-0 against the spread. They just lost to Connecticut 83-82 in overtime. Now, caution, this is a third game in 4 days. They also play at Atlanta on Sunday. But Minnesota leads the league in points scored, field goal percentage, assists, and steals with Courtney Williams, with Caleb McBride. They got a pretty good team, Minnesota. And remember, they were a playoff team last year. Now, Diamond Miller is out. She gives them 15 minutes a game. She's got a knee injury. She'll miss this game. New York has played a weak schedule so far. They have road wins at Washington and Indiana, two of the weaker teams in the league. They didn't cover a big number on that day. So I'm going to take the under, and this one is my play here on the show. If you want the side, hey, it's on my other pick. Here's M Looks on the Mercury tonight. Thank you. And M Looks also with Links and the points, Sky and the points, bringing us his plays. We're going to roll through these real quick. Here is the sun and the sky. I already talked about it, right? You don't need to go watch the Ramon Scott YouTube Tony's Picks video necessarily on this one. Told you about the sky and the move here because the point spread is totally different. Let me make sure I had that first point spread right too, though, because I might have crashed my computer actually. So we'll just roll with these. I know the sun's probably 6 or 5.5. But my odds screen, I believe, is crashed. I'm really sad. So we'll just roll the plays here. I have all my additional plays and my write-up here. Connecticut 4-0, but 1-3 against the spread. So they're one of those teams just overpriced every time. Alyssa Thomas, she's looking pretty strong here. But Bonner has a tough matchup, I think, with Mabry. I like Chicago a lot. Mabry had 21 points in the win over the Liberty. Angel Reese has looked pretty solid, 13-9. Even if she's talking a bunch of stuff on, people don't realize that these two have made pretty good friends. And so when Angel Reese says to Caitlin Clark on X, yeah, maybe we need to be a little more tactful because people don't understand. But I believe the tweet was made in good fun. I believe that they are having fun. So I believe that they are um, on good terms as foes. So if you read through the lines a little bit on that tweet, on that post, I believe she was teasing her a little bit. All right, Diamond to Shields, questionable. You'd really want her in there for Chicago. She did miss the last game. I've got, let me make sure here. Only my odds screen has crashed. So it is 5.5, 159.5. I can update. I better update because my play is on the over here, 159. 159.5. Nothing I could do. We missed the best price. I was here on the show. This price moved on me overnight there. Appreciate you guys. Three more. Big game, 5-game card here. Washington and Seattle. Look, I'm down on Washington long. I think I'm down on Washington long term, but probably not at this point when I'm going to be getting 9.5 points. I do think the Storm, they're starting to pick it up for sure. They're starting to actually look pretty strong to a certain extent. But for me, I think this might be the Mystics spot here. You do have the teams just met last Sunday. Seattle won at Washington and covered the spread. They won 84-75. Seattle is 2-3 after the win over Indiana there, that close win 85-83 a couple nights ago. Washington, another one of those teams though. They're 0-5, but they're 3-1-1 against the spread. They're 2-0-1 against the spread on the road. I gave out the play on this one on the videos. Go check it out. But I'm going to give out Washington right here, plus the points as my play here on the show. And next up will be the home team. I'm here in the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas, and that spread is not 14.5. It is 16 or so because it went up here as I've been on the air right now. And told you another one where the steam kind of came in. We're around the show. I took the aces. Go check out the video, see why here. If you missed it, Fever won last night. Great job. They won at LA. I just told you about Caitlin Clark and her terrific game. 10 rebounds, NBA, her career high in the league. 8 assists, career high. 4 steals, career high. 2 turnovers, career low. And the 2 big field goals right when they needed it, even though she didn't make any shots. When the pressure was on late in the game, she hit the shots. So I'll take the let me make sure here. I know what I'm doing. So at least I say I do. And you can check out my play on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel. The video's there. But my play here on this one is on the over in this one with Indiana and Las Vegas. I expect Indiana to be pretty tuckered out, actually, having to use all that energy to win that game on the road. And now you got to play the Aces. Aces have gone under in 5 of the last 7 meetings at home against Indiana. We'll say this, Indiana's covered 3 straight against Las Vegas. A little bit of steam coming in right now before we get off the air. One more WNBA, but Major League Baseball steam right now on the Reds today. We already took them on the run line so far, but the Reds are on the move in that game against the Dodgers. The Reds are now $1.28 at Circa, $1.29 Bet Online, $1.25 at Bovada. Hey, you want a good price? How about $1.36 at DraftKings? Last one up, Wings and Mercury. I've got the over. I won't trouble you guys. I won't. If you guys want to take off, just get the pick and get out of here. I've got the over in this one. I gave out a pick on the show last night. We'll tell you this: out of watching the sharps, the steam, the moves, to me, Phoenix looks like the biggest mover on the board all season so far. They started as a 1 point dog. They moved to a 3 point favorite. In fact, it got up to 3.5 at one point in this one. So, man, the big, huge move on the Mercury. But I've got this one going over. The total is all the way up here to 169 at Circa. Trust Circa. They're the modern day pinnacle, it feels like, to a certain extent. And uh, shout out to Mr. Benson and Mr. Palm. If I don't pick a bunch of winners, I might need a job. So check it out over on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel. Check out all my videos. And hey, check out all the videos from our cappers. I failed to mention, and I should. Ron Hahn has videos today there as well. And just want to mention here one thing moving against me here was this game. I told you I just gave out the over. The total is moving lower totally right now in this one. Sun versus Sky. We talked about the game already. I don't need to mention to you this rivalry dates back millions of years. Which came first, the sun or the sky? But in this women's basketball game, the total is moving here right now down to 159, but Steam moved it. It opened as low as 157. So, hey, if you're tailing me, wait a little bit. If you like the under, get back on it. Now's the time. All right. I think that is going to do it. We've really got to wrap this up. Maybe I can make it over to check out Big Boss. Let me give out my UFL. I think I've got some UFL here. There are 2 games today in the UFL. I didn't even have graphics for them, so maybe if I could just give these out here. This is okay. UFL football. You guys can go if you want. I got plays. I promise. For the action today. We're getting to the end of the season, believe it or not, here in a few weeks. Birmingham's the best. They're playing San Antonio tonight. They're favored on the road. I really should have graphics for these, you guys. Battlehawks. Thomas loves when I type on screen. He would fire me because you can hear it. There's the Battlehawks and the Renegades in that first game. And then how about the Stallions here taking on the Brahmas? And the Stallions are a big favorite by 9 or so. Total 44. All right, you're watching me work. Okay, Battlehawks and Renegades. We've got moves here, no doubt. And let me see. Here with the battle, I don't actually have anything in this one of the Battlehawks and the Renegades. This one starts at the top of the hour. I will say this: it opened 3.5. It's now 2. Here, the total opened 46, now 45.5. Stallions and Brahmas. That's the other play, and I like the Brahmas here, +9 against those mighty Stallions. San Antonio's got one of the best fan bases in the league, but nonetheless, I'll take the Brahmas. That's my one UFL play. That's going to do it. That's the show. Get us out of here. And Grip Nitty, great to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. Thank you so much. Here, I think Law Dog had his WNBA. Here's some more WNBA. Blake, little more college baseball here in this one. And Blake, I don't know if I have anything yet here with the balls today. I do know it's moved. I know the move has been on the balls for sure here. We just gave out 2 baseball, but they opened $1.85. They're up to $2 or so right now. A little move on Tennessee here. All right, that's it, everybody. Catch you next time. Terrell says the sun is 100, but I'm talking about the sun versus the sky. There's no team called the Earth. The sun versus the sky. Now the sun versus the Mercury, that's another story. Thanks everybody. That's going to do it. We come in with more fun facts later with Terrell. With more fun facts. All right, that's going to do it. Morning Steam tomorrow 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. Tony's Picks YouTube channel. So long.
Can it be showing up with Tony T? Yes, Ramon SEO. To the double T, befuddling these bookies like 1, 2, 3. They tapping out and we cashing out. It's plain to see. The morning steam is the A-team, Mr. T. And I pity the fools who can't hang. Coming with real game is sort of a freight train. It's been reported bank rolls are easy to maintain. So get situated and listen to the picks. And it goes a little something like this.